I hope everyone's doing well. I am Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me for this video where we are looking here at this chemical compound. It's an organic compound. We have to name it properly. How do we do it? If you were to look at this, you have a cyclohexane ring, you have a methyl group, you have a carbonyl functionality, and you have this chain which has an alkene. You can represent it again, this chain right here, as something which looks like that. You can represent it like this in a shortcut manner, but we're looking at it here in the other way so we can see all the atoms which are involved. What you want to do is give this the best possible name, and everything will start with you deciding that the carbonyl group has the highest priority in terms of it being carbon number 1. Then you want to number everything with the lowest possible numbers. This must be carbon number 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. When you're looking over here at this 3 carbon chain which has an alkene group, understand the alkene group has a lower dominance or priority than a carbonyl. So that has the higher dominance. When you want to number this, you're looking here at carbon number 1, number 2, and 3. It is not 1, 2, and 3 as you would normally expect, because you want the carbon which have the alkene functionality. Those carbons should normally be the lowest possible numbers. They normally should be, and 1, 2, 3 would be right. But when you have an alkene group extending off as an extension from a cyclic compound, you must throw that rule out of the picture and then number it so that the carbon which is attached to your cyclic compound is numbered as 1. Then you go on from there. So this will be carbon number 2, which holds the alkene group. That's just how it's going to have to be. An alkene functionality extending as a extension from a cyclic compound is not numbered based on your normal rule. You number the attachment carbon as 1, then you go from there in this direction. So how do we name this? Well, over here we have a 5-methyl, and here we have a propenyl group. Let's call this propane, because you know it's a 3-carbon thing, but the fact that we have a double bond over here, you would say normally it's a propene. The ENE would give it alkene functionality, but the fact that there's an extension, you'll have to change this name to propenyl. You've gone from an ane to an ene, now to ENYL. And all of this will be made clear in a future video coming out where we learn how to name these type of compounds. Alkenes which are involved with cyclic compounds, we'll see that. But we've gone from a propane to a propene to propenyl because we have a propenyl group attached to carbon 2. Now things become clear. We're looking here at a P, we're looking here at an M for methyl. What comes first alphabetically? M comes first. So we'll number this and we'll name it as this. We have 5-methyl. You will start with this because the methyl group is attached on carbon 5, but alphabetically M comes before. And then I'm going to put here a number 2 with a dash. Number 2 carbon of the cyclohexane ring is holding a certain item. What is that item? Well, we'll say it's 2-propenyl. Why am I saying 2-propenyl? Because one of these 2's represents this carbon, but the other 2 represents the carbon which is holding the alkene functionality. We have 5-methyl, 2-propenyl, it makes sense, and then we have to name this functional group and it'll be part of your cyclic. We'll call this cyclohexanone, and we'll finish it for you right here. Cyclohexanone. This ONE gives you an indication of a ketone. The NONE is coming from the hexane, then you're adding the ONE, so a hexanone. But this right here is the proper name. You have to understand 5-methyl is named first because alphabetically M comes before the P. And then you're saying 2 on carbon 2 of the cyclic compound, you have 2-propenyl, because on this propane chain, which is really a propene chain, but it becomes propenyl because it's an extension of your cyclic. At carbon number 2, you have your alkene functionality, and then finally cyclohexanone. There's no need for you to say 1 cyclohexanone because it is indeed on carbon 1. It's understood when there's no number, it is number 1. 5-methyl 2-2-propenyl cyclohexanone is the best name for this compound, and it will be right. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.